My name is Collie Winter, and I'm going to be demoing two things for you today. One, the skin buffing technique utilizing the Radiance Refiner product. And second, I'm going to be demoing deep tissue along the longissimus muscle, which is a muscle that we do deep tissue on in the chakra balancing massage. Okay, so I am applying about a garbanzo bean size of the Radiance Skin Refiner, and you want to apply it in a press and lift technique because the actual refinement process will be in the buffing technique. You want to apply it as evenly as possible, and because of the white clay that's in the product, it's going to lift and draw out impurities from the follicle as the clay starts to dry. There is bamboo extracts in this product as well that is helping to create the grit for the mechanical exfoliation. Okay, the product is starting to set and dry a little bit. So with your fingers spread, you're going to use as much of your hand as possible, and you're going to do a quick, brisk fanning buffing technique. I had a guest once tell me that it felt kind of like a car wash, which I thought was funny. The key is for it to be brisk and quick, because the goal is for this to be invigorating, so it's increasing circulation in the skin while you're sloughing and buffing away dead skin cells. As I move my way up, I'm just going to do finger over finger along the side of the nose, along the nose and on the other side. You always want your fanning technique to be going in an upward motion and outward motion, so that you can get underneath all of the vellus hairs. And you should feel the product rolling and sloughing off, which is why you always want to have a towel underneath the guest's shoulders and head. So that way the fibers of the towel can catch the grit of the product. After you've sloughed and buffed most of that product off, now we're going to go and grab some of the composition oil. This helps to add some moisture, and it also grabs a hold of any of the grit that still is left on the skin. Next, you're going to remove with aromatic steam towel, and that completes it. Helga Hefner always talks about every step that you do in a facial is stimulating lymphatic flow. So when you're doing your aromatic steam towel removal, doing fine pumping underneath the mandible and the zygomatic and also on the forehead is really beneficial in doing that. Okay, so to begin, we're going to apply some of the Purefessional massage oil that has been customized with a chakra aroma. Just want to always warm up the tissue before you go in and do deep tissue techniques. I like to just come down, working inferior along the spine, towards the hip, and do like a 4-leaf clover. So just circles around the hip, and come up and circles around the scapula. So to begin the deep tissue technique on the longissimus muscle, I'm going to hook in at the origin, which is where the sacrum and the iliac crest are. I like to use my hand as additional support and to just move the skin as I hook into the muscle with my fingers. We're lengthening this muscle, working our way all the way up to the insertion point of the 2nd and 5th cervical spine. Another thing I like to do is broaden this muscle. The longissimus muscle is a very long and broad muscle that runs right along the spine. So Megan, I'm going to have you raise your head up. See how it just pops right up. Go ahead and relax. So that's how you can tell if you're on the correct muscle. Okay, so that's it. That is the demonstration of the longissimus muscle, utilizing the deep tissue technique, lengthening and broadening those muscle fibers for relief in the body. And we also did the skin buffing technique, utilizing the radiance refiner as a refinement step in a facial. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in Minneapolis.